afternoon. Okay, what I have to share with everyone out here is a platform that is done by Commissioner of Cottage, Gujrat, which is craftofgujrat.com. I have two parts. Maybe I'll finish up in 5 minutes for sure. One is the video that I have for everyone to kind of 3.5-minute video which we can reproduce for this kind of presentation. And I also want to read out an excerpt which will kind of give you the insight into what essentially the impact of this project is all about. Okay. So imagine a young, ambitious artisan working on a new piece of craft, sitting in a hut in a remote village in Kutch. And while she is busy giving final touch to her work and hoping to get some satisfying deal with the local middleman who will eventually sell her work at a much higher rate in the market, the artisan gets an SMS on her mobile from the state capital informing her that an art connoisseur in USA is interested in buying her products. And now all she needs to do is call back on the given number to the Indexy office in Gandhinagar and complete few procedures to make the deal directly with her international customer. So this is the impact, that this Craft of Gujrat is doing right now. Okay, so we get number of inquiries connecting artisans directly, with their potential customers. So without much ado, I want to play the video out here.
Just the one below.
Yeah. Yes.
There was a time when traditional artisans of Gujarat were high in demand for their handcrafted products and were commissioned far and wide to create masterpieces. With the advent of globalization, new markets opened up that were far away from their homes. Now, artisans needed something more than just trips to towns and cities to keep up pace with these expanding horizons. They wanted to convert the opportunities that could increase their earnings manifold and help spread the knowledge of skills that their forefathers had honed over many years. The situation was being watched over by the government of Gujarat, and with an intention of providing equal opportunities to artisans of the state, Government of Gujrat launched Craft of Gujrat. It was an online platform that helped artisans showcase their products and attract potential buyers across the globe without moving out of their hometowns. So if a potential buyer was looking to buy something unique and traditional, like a nice bedside Sankeda furniture table, he could get direct access to an artisan who specialized in that very craft. The website grew into a hub for buyers, art enthusiasts, and tourists who were looking to soak in the traditional colors of Gujarat. A potential buyer had the option to select a product category and a subcategory of his choice and browse through all the available products in that category, along with information like the artisan's name and the art form, the available dimensions, and the indicative cost of the product. When the buyer chose a product, an inquiry was furnished with the Craft of Gujrat office, which further informs the artisan that an inquiry has been made for his product via SMS. The artisan can then get in touch with Craft of Gujrat office and fetch the details and support concerning the inquiry. At the same time, the buyer also got the contact detail of the artisan, thus giving him a direct link to the artisan. Art enthusiasts have the option to go through a list of art forms available on the website. Here they could read up all about the origins of the art forms, the techniques involved, the communities that practiced it, and the raw materials used in manufacturing the products. If the users were tourists traveling through, they got the option of selecting an area across the state of Gujarat and finding an art form or a product that matched their taste. As of today, Craft of Gujrat has successfully revived over 50 traditional art forms by connecting almost 6,000 artisans with prospective buyers across 26 districts and showcased around 1,300 products. Product inquiries that are coming in are not just from across India, but from all over the world. Thousands of artisans in Gujarat have found new trade opportunities since the launch of this initiative. And this is just the start, as Craft of Gujrat reaches out to more and more artisans every day. The real art is what comes next.
So, there are a few things I want to kind of substantiate to this video. Because when you visit this website, what you will figure out is that there are a couple of important elements that you will see there. One of them is that when you look at the content, there are about 50 odd art forms of Gujarat. Like you have bandhani, you have bamboo craft, you have iron embroidery. So there are various art forms that happen in Gujarat. And what we have done is that we have actually invited the expert writers, the content writers, to kind of do a structured content writing on each of these art forms. Okay, so what it's getting is today if you go on Google and if you kind of search for, let's say, bandhani, if you search for iron embroidery, so we have started getting kind of organic traffic through the website. So if you look at the structure of the website, I think that's playing a big role out here. Okay, what we added onto that was the search engine. So for example, as a visitor, when you go to a website, you can search via craft. For example, I'm looking for all the artisans who work only in iron embroidery. Okay, or who only work in Sankheda, or who only work in Patola. So what happens is that you kind of connect with the artisans through there's various art forms context also. Then when we actually land up to the artisans page, we have cross references. So when I look at the artisan page, when I look at the artisans products page, what I get to see is I have a cross reference. I figure out, okay, this artisan is maybe expert in a specific art category. If I go to the art page, I figure out all the artisans working in specific art categories. There's a lot of cross-referencing to ensure that we have more engaging and connecting content. So if I kind of recollect what Osama was saying in one of his TEDx video, I think last year, there are two things he mentioned. One was about there are a couple of things he mentioned, but two things which I connect with the Craft of Gujrat project out here is one is about the Chanderi part. Okay. So, idea is to kind of even, give this perception of a branding to even the Indian content. Okay, so that becomes kind of, more acceptable, it becomes more modern, it's cool to use it. We have to give that sort of a structure here. So I think that's one item that's being, made using this platform. The second thing is that most of the government portals, most of this website that we see generally have a top-down approach. Okay, you have these websites where, you have a schemes, you go there, and then you apply for the scheme, you go to central office. Basically a top-down approach that we have. Here I think what's happening is we have a bottoms-up approach. Okay, so we have a direct connect. Okay, so if I'm a potential buyer, if I'm an art enthusiast, if I'm a traveler, or anyone in between, I cannot directly connect with that artisan. Okay, and what's also happening is that they're actually kind of nurturing and evolving the skills that they have learned over years and generations. Okay, because that's important here. It's not only about the employment, it's also about the skills that they have. So I think this platform provides for that kind of an opportunity. We hope the next step that we're looking forward is that maybe we have a mobile app coming soon. So when a visitor actually walks into a town or a village, they will figure out what sort of art forms and artisans that he can actually meet up and kind of do business with. So yeah, that's what we see coming up. That's all I have to share with you guys.
Thank you very much.